Heat race number 2 for the street stocks. 10, Robert Walton on the pole. Tommy Gurrell outside, number 9. Row 2 inside, Chase Ellison, 39. Trey Votaw, 716 outside. And row 3 inside, 21, Jimmy Breeding III. And we just read some emails from his fan club, Mike Trigg in the 4T, third row outside. Thank you for the emails so far. Got a couple more to go. Race location at yahoo.com if you didn't get it earlier. Race location, yahoo.com. Where you watching from, who you watching with, and who you cheering on. Little early, they didn't even get to the pink tire, but it looks like we're going to let them go as the 10 of Robert Walton edges ahead of Tommy Gurrell coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Judgment call there by our flag man. He said they were side by side when they came out of turn 4. We're all good. That was, though, about 100 feet too early on that start. Walton again down the back straightaway, pulling Tommy Gurrell with him. Here comes the 38, or 39 of Chase Ellison. Ellison chasing them down, no pun intended. Down the front straightaway they go. 716, Trey Votaw, also doing a great job. Oh, watch out, coming together, turn 2. Couple of them. The Owen Pittman agricultural route. They go inside the tires. Ellison finds himself in the grassy area. Ellison, worse for wear on that one. Is he going to make it back out? Yes, yes. Engine fired up. He's back on the track. Probably angry, I bet. But he's back out there on the track. 14, Mike Trigg exiting the track. 39, Ellison exiting the track. Halfway point right there. Robert Walton. IMCA Southern Sport Modifieds on deck out there in the right by those grandstands out in turn number 2. Late models and then dwarf cars will wrap up our heat races. We're going to keep it on going. I think we have talked them into a very short, small, no intermission whatsoever. Walton out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. He's on cruise control right now. 716, Trey Votaw up into second, but not really challenging at the white flag. 1 lap to go. Votaw is your points leader in the Advanced Auto Parts Street Stocks. Got a 6-point lead coming into tonight over Darrell Rhodes. Robert Walton with the win. Votaw and Tommy Gurrell. Auto Parts, Advanced Auto Parts, sponsoring our victory lane here at Cotton Bowl Speedway this year. Street Stocks points leader, 716, Trey Votaw with 154 points. 3D Darrell Rhodes sits in second at 148. He's got a 1-point lead over your third place car, number 39, Chase Ellison. Back and forth, the 714 of Charles Melvany at 138. And 48, Dwayne Toyin is in fifth place at 107. Tonight's cars on the pole, Melvany in the 714, Robert Walton next to him in the 10, Tommy Gurrell inside row 2 in the 9, Dwayne Toyin outside row 2 in the 48, row 3, Chase Ellison 39, inside, Brendan Spreen outside in the 88, row 4 inside, Trey Votaw 716, Darrell Rhodes outside row 4 in the 3D. Row 5, Jimmy Breeding in the 21. inside. James Honish outside, 777. Row 6 inside. 87 Robert Danielson, 44T Mike Trigg next to him, and Gage Fuller in the X at the back. Coming around to turn 4, Pick Chick Tire, here we go. Street Stocks, presented by Advanced Auto Parts. Green flag, green light, look at him rush down into turn number 1 and 2. Coming out 3 wide. Watch the 10 of Robert Walton. Breaks that 3 wide gaggle, jumps out front by himself. Here comes Chase Ellison in the 39. Robert Walton doing a great job as he jumped out quickly. Ellison settling into second, but he's got a neighbor right there. Look at him go right past him. Tommy Gurrell in the 9 moves up into second. Little shove there in the back of Gurrell's car. 3 wide again coming down the front straightaway. It's the 21 street stock of Jimmy Breeding III. Breeding trying to get up there. Make it 3 wide down the back straightaway one more time. Trying to fit that 5-foot wide car into a 4-foot wide space. Not gonna work, my friend. Walton staying out front, out of harm's way, staying away from all the other drivers, letting that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place battle take place behind him. He don't want to have anything to do with that. Dwayne Toyin in the black with green number 48 coming up, trying to get into the mix. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Meanwhile, there goes Breeding one more time. He takes that inside line, finds some extra power, finds the juice, and now moving up out of turn 2 into second. Your new 2nd place car. Tommy Gurrell in 3rd in the all-white number 9. It is a gaggle coming out of turn 4. All sorts of great racing action around. Way behind Robert Walton, who's out front by himself. Oh, Breeding checks up. Nearly had an accordion effect in turn 2. Gets back in the gas and back in front of everybody. Ellison nearly collided right into the back bumper. We got 5 cars all grouped there. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Darrell Rhodes in the 3D still up in the mix. Chase Ellison, Tommy Gurrell. Breeding has moved up into second again. He's good in that 21 street stock. Robert Walton doing a masterful job out there, just screaming around the track, hitting all of his marks, not making any mistakes. As long as that power plant holds up, he should bring it on home. Meanwhile, Breeding back in second, now trying to separate himself from the rest of the group. Tommy Gurrell now drifting back a distant 3rd. Darrell Rhodes moving up into 4th. It is a great race, 3rd through 6th. Tommy Gurrell trying to hold on to 3rd. Rhodes got some on the inside. Got to be careful. Here comes Brandon Spreen on the outside. Gurrell could see that 3rd place spot disappear. Rhodes takes it inside. Hugs that inside line along the tire. Rubs right up next to him. Gurrell and Spreen both go past Tommy Gurrell in the 9 like he's sitting still. Walton, again, just blowing away the competition here tonight. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Bottom of 1. Looks like Daryl Rhodes down there at the bottom of turn 1 having an issue, and he was really doing a great job running up in the mix, second, third, fourth. Now he finds himself sitting still up in turn number 1. Officials saying a solo spin up there. All right, Daryl Rhodes off the track there after that incident up in turn 1. Lights are going to probably go out on the back straightaway. See if we can wrap this up. Coming up next, the IMCA Southern Sport Mods, followed by the late models and the Sport Compact. Picking up speed. Here we go. Robert Walton jumping back into it. He's had a great lead. I'm sure he did not want to see that yellow flag come out. And lets the rest of the pack catch up to him. Down the back straightaway. Still a lot of time left in this race. Oh, watch out. Top of 4. Top of 4. That's the 21 of Jimmy Breeding III, who's had a really good run tonight. And that 21 street stock. He got out of the way. We stayed green all the way around. Good job by Breeding to get out of the way and keep it going. But after a really nice run tonight of that 21, he finds himself out of the mix. Meanwhile, Robert Walton down the back straightaway. Still got that lead, but it's not as big as it was prior to the yellow flag. Needs to hit all of his marks. No mistakes. Bring home the checkered flag win. Melvany running in second. Melvany started up on the pole, 7-1-4. Front row inside. We're about to have a new leader coming out of turn 2 after all that hard work that Walton has done. Now he's trying to get back in the gas on the outside. Walton got passed by your new race leader. 7-1-4, your pole sitter, Charles Melvany. And now Melvany's out front, and Walton's got to think, why did that yellow flag come out? Well, we had to throw it. Not able to capitalize on holding that lead. Gets right up behind Melvany. 2 laps to go. He's got 2 more times to figure out how do I get this lead back from Charles Melvany. Chase Ellison in the top 3 in points, not having a real good run tonight as he gets lapped by your leaders. One more time around. Melvany and Walton running 1-2. Does Walton have anything left? Did he push it too hard? Did the yellow flag impact it? Melvany running a great late race tactic, and he is going to come around 3. He's going to come around 4. And there is your race winner, Charles Melvany, with the win. Well, as good as Robert Walton was early in that race before the yellow flag came out, he's got to be shaking his head about how did I lose this race after dominating before the yellow came out. Charles Melvany, meanwhile, started on the pole, drifted back a little ways, but stayed in the hunt. And then he was able to get by up in turn 1 and 2, able to get by Robert Walton, who didn't look to be running as strong as he was before the yellow flag. And Melvany capitalizes and brings home the race win. Sport mods, late models, and sport compacts are coming up to wrap up the night. Well, right now, though, coming down on the front straightaway, we'll talk to him for just a moment. Shuts the engine down in the winner's circle down there on the front straightaway. Rachel Plant handing him a wet towel and a water to cool him off after that long race. What a great job, Charles Melvany. There he is. How about a round of applause? Charles Melvany with the win.
Can you go ahead and come around here to the front? Hold the microphone.
Charles, my man, let's talk about this for a moment. Robert Walton was absolutely dominating this race prior to that yellow light. And then after the race restarted, what changed in your car that you were able to overtake him?
Man, I'm actually Trey Votall. Charles Melvany's he's my car owner. He gives me great cars to drive. My car was messed up about 3 seconds before we went to pull out here. He jumped out of his. That's why I tagged it back. I mean, yeah, it took me a few laps to get back used to it. I saw that caution come out, and we had been picking them off. I was just trying to be patient, and man, I'm glad we was able to get it done. Good thing is this used to be my car before he took it back. So
well, Trey, sorry we misidentified you down there. I didn't get the message that there was a driver change, but you know you did a great job out there, and you just waited and then capitalized down there in 1 and 2. You said it used to be your car. Let's talk about who put this car on the track tonight and is going to put it in the victory lane.
Look, man, Charles Melvany financially 100%. He gives me 3 cars to drive. We got a sport mod. We were able to pull off the All-Star Championship last 2 weeks ago. Financially, it's Charles Melvany, man. He does so many things for me. Couldn't be more grateful. Labor-wise, I got a lot of guys that break their backs for me every week. Zane, my dad, Cameron, Jeff, Stormy, Charles, Jake, Ryan. Man, I know I'm forgetting people, but they're all super great people for me.
Well, Trey, that was a masterful job of driving and just kind of biding and waiting your time. Congratulations! How about a round of applause for Trey Votall and the Charles Melvany car?
I got to shout out my wife too for letting me come do this. She's at home with the baby. I can't forget her.
You're a smart man. Trey Votall in the driver's seat of the Charles Melvany car. Good job, Trey. We appreciate you, Charles. Good job of supporting him in all these race cars, and hopefully Charles will get you in this car again and back in the winner's circle. Coming up next, Sport Mods, late models, and sport compacts. I'm going to let my main man, Rodney Rodriguez, take it the rest of the way.